Let's find a sample standard deviation from a frequency table. Now here's our formula, and we have x, which is our class midpoint. We have f, which is our frequency, but we also have x bar. This is our mean. So first thing we need to do is we need to go find our mean. Now I'm going to do this completely from scratch, so let me wipe this all out. Okay. Now we're going to have our lower class limits and our upper class limits. And I don't know, 10 I guess, 20, 30, 40. There we go. This is going to go to 19, 29, 39, 49. And then we have our frequency. So I don't know, 2, 15, 3, and 1. Now this is our range. So our table would be from 10 to 19, there's 2 in there. From 20 to 29, there's 15, whatever in there. And from 30 to 39, there's 3. And from 40 to 49, there's 1. Okay. Now we need class midpoint. Now frequency is f. It's from our formula here. So let me come here and I'll put f inside of parentheses. Our midpoint was x, so we'll refer to that as x. And that's going to equal to beginning parentheses, the lower class limit of the current line, plus the lower class limit of the next line. So A2 plus A3 divided by 2. So again, I'm adding this lower class limit plus a next lower class limit and then dividing by 2. Have to put parentheses around it just like you see it here, and then press enter. Now I'm going to choose this cell here, put my cursor in the lower right hand corner until it becomes a plus. Click with my left mouse button, hold down, and drag it down. Now last one is wrong because there is no next lower class limit, but I'll put one there just to fudge it. So put 50 in. So that's our midpoints. Okay, so we need f times x. So this one will be f times x. So I'm going to do equals, and then C2, that's our f, times D2. That's our x for that particular line. Then press enter. And again, I'll click this cell here, put my mouse in the lower right hand corner, and fill down. That is such a nice feature for Excel, how it does that. Now this sigma f times x means I'm going to add this column together. So I'll click the auto sum underneath the home tab, and then I'll press the little check mark here, or you can press enter. And I also need this sigma f, means I add the frequencies. So come over here to frequencies, and I'll click the auto sum, and it guesses what you want. Then you do check mark. And now let's find our mean. So mean is going to equal to, and then I'll put an equals here, and that's going to be E6 divided by C6. So I'm dividing those two. This divided by this. Okay, so that's our mean. We'll need that, and that's going to be x bar. Okay, so let's go to our formula. Well, I see that this is x minus x bar squared times f. So let me come over here, and I'm going to create a new column. X minus x bar squared times f. So I'm going to do equals. You always do formulas with an equals. Beginning parentheses, x was our midpoint, so I'm going to do D2 minus x bar. Now x bar is down there at the bottom. It's not on the same row as what I'm on. So I'm going to do a $, B, $9. And I'll talk more about that later, but that's absolute referencing. Then I'll do a close parentheses, then char 2 times f, which was in, which column was that? C. So that'd be C2. So again, I took, let's see, the midpoint, that's my x, minus x bar, which was this right here, squared, times C2. Now hopefully I remember the squared right. We'll see in a second. Yeah, no error. So I'm going to come up and choose this cell, and I'm going to fill down. And this last one is our total, so I don't need to go to it. Now as I fill down, you'll see it adjusts. It adjusted for whatever row I'm on, but this will always say B9. Let me do escape on that. This one says B9. And this one says B9. So it changes everything else relative to what row it's in, but if you put $sign before the B and $sign before the 9, that like hard codes it. It'll always say B9. Okay. And then this, the sigma before it says we're going to sum it. So I'm going to click the sum, and that'll add those together. And that 857.142, that's all of my top fraction here. Okay, our bottom part. This says we need to sum the frequency. Well, that works out well because we have the sum of frequency right here. So we're ready to do our formula now, actually. So our sample standard deviation equals square root SQRT beginning parentheses, and we want that the sum of all that, the x minus x bar squared times f, which would be f6. So f6 divided by, now here we have more than a single number downstairs, so we want to put a beginning parentheses, and this is the sum of f, which the sum of f was C6. So I'll put in C6, and then minus 1. And then closing parentheses on that, and enter. And that'll be our sample standard deviation. Now our sample variance, while we're at it, is you take this, and you square it. So do char 2. And that'll be our sample variance. So that's how you can use Excel to find a sample standard deviation and sample variance of a distribution. Group data. Sorry, drew a blank there. So then I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and we're done with that one.